Hey there, welcome back to my garden. Today I'm going to be planting up the window boxes that we got some violas and pansies for the other day when we went to a couple different nurseries. I do have two different lengths of window boxes, so the plan is that they will both basically match, but there will be a few more plants obviously in the longer box than the other. There are some lemon cypress in them currently, as well as some other annuals that we're going to just be taking out today. But the lemon cypress will stay in there, and then I also have a few mums, a few creeping Jenny, some Dusty Miller, and then the pansies to go into the boxes. So my plan for right now is just to clean out the annuals that are in there, see if I have to top up the soil. Probably I'll have to add some, maybe just compost into the boxes, and then I'll go about laying out the plants. So step one is to just get them cleaned out, get probably the front of the boxes cleaned up, and then we will start planting. Well, first, before we get to the messy part, here's just a pretty look at the plants that we're going to be working with today. These are the mums. They are just a kind of a gold decorative mum. They won't last too long, but there's a lot of buds here that are yet to open. I usually just get some that have a few open so I can just make sure I like the color combination. But you know, if those will last for a little while, and then after they're done blooming, there'll just be some pretty greenery in there. And then here we have a couple creeping Jenny, and then Dusty Miller, which I'm excited about because these should be evergreen for me in there. And then if I decide to, I can plant them out into the garden next year, and then they'll continue to come back. So then we have this beautiful array of pansies. And if you watched my other video where when I was shopping and then planting up my garden boxes, I was talking about how I typically just do violas because with the rain that we get, the pansies can tend to flop. But I did really like this variety, and even when they do flop, like this one is, the color on the back is still really pretty. So this variety is Raspberry Sundae, and there's some different ones in this batch. There's these ones that are white with a little bit of purple. There's ones that have kind of both, and then there's these ones that are pretty much just the raspberry color. And I thought that was just a really pretty variety and variation. So there's a couple violas in here just because they didn't have enough to fill the flat with this exact variety, so I just added those ones in. And then I did also get a few of this Frizzle Sizzle variety, which actually coordinate really well. I mean, they're the same color pattern, so if I feel like I need to pack them a little fuller, I will add those in. But there's always other places that I can definitely find room for some of these in different containers and stuff like that. There's the window boxes we're going to be working on, so I'm just going to set up the camera and get cleaning those out and kind of just assess how much soil I need and kind of just go from there. Well, it is the next day. I did get the window boxes done yesterday, but time kind of got away from me. I had to go pick up the groceries in town and then make dinner. And, you know, these shorter days, all of a sudden it was getting dark. So I didn't get a chance to show you the window boxes when I was all finished. So I'm just going to flip you around and show you how they turned out. Okay, here is this one. I have to kind of stand up here on our wood chute to give you a better look. But so there's two pansies on this end and then a viola behind there, and then there's the creeping Jenny and just one mum with two Dusty Miller on each side, and then just repeated over on the other side. So I really like how this one turned out because it does look a little bit more full than the other one does. And these Lemon Cypress here have a considerable amount of growth compared to the other ones as well. It may be because it's not, you know, it doesn't have a cover over it like this one does. So this one gets a fair amount more water if it rains and, you know, stuff like that. But I just think that turned out really pretty, and it looks really nice from the inside of the house too. You know, much more kept than the other window boxes had eventually gotten to the point of being. So this one, you know, is very similar. It's just a little bit longer, so it has, I don't know, double the plants, I guess. So yeah, it's just kind of a repeat of the pansies and a few violas in there, but mostly pansies in this one, and then the creeping Jenny. And I was kind of thinking, gosh, I wish I had a few more creeping Jenny to come over the edges and stuff like that, but I don't know. I have a tendency to want to plant things as if the plants are not going to grow. And, you know, in this case, these actually probably won't grow too much just because we are so much colder, and they'll just kind of, you know, stay on the smaller side. But I don't know. It's not like I have a nursery that I can just zip over to in a few minutes anyways, so I would have to still think on that. But as it is, I think it looks really pretty, just really fresh, and I just love the colors. You know, they're kind of moody, but yet still bright, which I really like, and I think it'll be really pretty once those mums in the background start to come into bloom. So thanks for hanging out with me yesterday while I cleaned up these window boxes and, you know, got them cleaned out and freshened up and looking pretty for the fall and hopefully for the winter and even into the spring. We'll see. I mean, ideally, you know, theoretically they should last, but if they don't, that's probably okay too, because I can get ready for a new look in spring if they don't still look pretty. So anyway, we'll see. But thanks for hanging out with me while I did these window boxes, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye.